it settles the part of me that's afraid. And it was a really helpful practice. So that's a nice introduction into today's practice, where
Just curiosity, are you right or left-handed?
I write with my left hand, but sports are right-handed. So I
thought you were
can't
weird.
write you a love note. Kevin?
My Christmas just got ruined.
Wait 6 weeks.
Okay, you can write me a birthday love note.
Okay. Okay. Last week we experimented with doing the breathing practice while we were walking, and I heard from a couple of people like, "Whoa, that was too much." In that condition, walking around in my house, I could not sustain that breathing practice. So today we'll be using the same pattern, but with different kinds of stimulation or external what might be distractions. The intention is for you to sustain the breathing pattern even while I'm making suggestions that you do certain things. For example, open your eyes and then look around and then stand up and turn around and sit back down. So the directions I'm giving you are relatively simple, relatively short actions. The intention is to sustain that breathing pattern even while these other actions are happening. So do you have questions or comments? Well, okay. I'm hoping that we'll finish the practice early-ish so that we have time for conversation and stories and a kind of goodbye at the end of the year, because we won't see each other again until uh, until January. Okay. So, David, do you know the breathing practice that we're using? Okay. All right. So here's what I need. I need to see you go like this just for my sake, so I can like sync up with you individually. As you are breathing in, it would be helpful for me to see your hand rising. As you pause the breathing, then just put your hand out as like stop. As you're exhaling, your hand goes down. As you pause at the bottom of the exhalation, your hand goes like that. What I want to be able to do is scan you as you're doing the practice and adding these other activities so that I can join your breathing practice. So what I'm asking you to do, I only want you to do for a minute, this hand thing, and then we'll move into other territory. Yeah, David, did you have a question?
I was just getting ready to put my hand up to do that.
Okay. Okay. So remember, this is breathing at your own pace and counting at your own pace. So everybody will be slightly different. It doesn't matter what other people are doing. It matters what you're doing. So I'd like you to begin when you're ready. Okay, you're doing great. I'd like you to continue this for another 30 seconds. Okay, you're doing great. So let the hand rest, but continue the breathing pattern. And if your eyes are closed, let them remain closed. And this will happen for another minute. Just settle into that pattern as much as you can. Get comfortable within the pattern. And so for the next few counts or the next few rounds, would you put one hand high over your head and sustain the counting? And let that hand come down. And sustaining the pattern, flutter your eyelids open and close. And when you're ready, let them stay open while sustaining the pattern. Right. So now look over one shoulder, drawing your chin towards that shoulder, even drawing the eyes as far as they can go in that same direction. And now switching shoulders, other shoulder. Let your head face forward again and pick an object to look at. It's one thing that, as if your eyes were a magnifying glass, you find the right way of zooming in on this one object. Release that visual focus and stand up. And turn around. This time all the way around, turning all the way around in a circle. And sit down. You're doing great. Draw one knee towards your chest using your hand and arm. Let that knee down and pick up the other one. And let that knee down and interlace your fingers. And interlace your fingers the other way so the other thumb is on top. Place your hands and cross your legs. Cross your legs the other way. You can leave your legs crossed or uncross them as feels comfortable. And bring one palm to your forehead. Let that palm now go to a cheek. Let that palm rest on your chest. This will be roughly our last cycle. Before we quit, open your eyes and look in the screen and see your fellow human beings that are practicing, that are developing, that are learning to cultivate an interior landscape that can self-regulate, that can appreciate, that can offer kindness, that can laugh easily. Then let your hand come down. And there's the end of our practice. Yeah. Okay. I would love to hear what you noticed or what you learned from doing that practice.